hear my voice. And you're hearing my voice 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Some people call it every day. But whatever way it hits, tune in. 1 o'clock p.m. until 2 o'clock p.m. right here on the UBM Radio Network. And listen, we thank all of you who've been responding, and we need more of you to respond to when the program is over. Please go to your social media page and officially like the UBM radio page. And then, don't stop there, then subscribe to the UBM radio app so that you can be tuned in all the time on all of what's going on here at UBM. When we ask people here, and when you ask, what are the solutions to our community? What are the answers? And then when we hear you say, God, take the wheel, Jesus, step in, well, we here at UBM to do our part in saying, all of those things that you say you need to hook up into to resolve the very things that you're talking about. We're here to give you live and direct solutions that you can plug into to help answer the problems that you're asking every day on social media. And so we're here. And we thank all of you who've been tuning in and watching us on other sites. But listen, this is very important. Everybody who's listening, and we thank you by the hundreds. But listen, we need you all to do this. When the program is over, we want at least 100 of you, at least 100, and 100 more. Listen, go and to our social media page and like our UBM page, and more importantly, subscribe to our UBM radio app so that you can tune in not just to my show and hear my voice, but hear all of the voices that are here at UBM. That we're here providing all day, everyday programming to help providing hands-on resources for you to help solve many of the problems that you're talking about. And so we are right here. So much going on in our community. Governor's race still going on every day. Funder meetings are still going on every day. I'm excited about some of the people who came by the National Black Wall Street offices today who, a lot of them finally answered my call. You know, I was frustrated when I say, people say, call me when you need me, and then you call me and don't answer. Hell, I get frustrated. And so I was happy today that several of the people who I was calling and I said didn't answer, they answered today. And grace be to God to them. And grace be to God to others. Those who don't mind being named, and those who say, don't tell nobody, I just want to help. But you know, it's hard in this day and age. Because in this day and age, we go through these kind of things like, what the hell are you doing? Or like the Janet Jackson song, what have you done lately? And so a lot of us are compelled to try to come and justify what we're doing with our works in the community. But I'm glad today. And so I'm grateful, and I'm gonna give you a report, because there's a lot going on, because I got to let you know what is going on with us. And while a sister said the other day, don't come on the radio sounding like another preacher, talking about, you know, I didn't come to preach, but I can. I'm just animated about what I believe in. And I'm animated, right? And I ain't hustling you about what I'm asking you that you might want to invest in to help solve the very problems that we're talking about in our community. And then I thought that there will be a lot of people who would say, when you get tired of not being able to find what the solutions are, well, find them right here. Find them right here. From feeding the hungry, clothing the naked, fighting for the least of God's people, you find a lot of that going on right here. And so I want to report to you what we've been doing, not just here at UBM. And we got major meetings coming up. We're going to do something major as we talk about legacy building. And we congratulate Sister Hermine Hartman, who's got a major release coming up today and this weekend regarding how she has captured a lot of the iconic moments in the Black community. And we're glad that she was able, through Hermine Hartman and her Indigo Publishing, to document a lot of the icons. And we need to do a lot more as we help bridge the gap intergenerationally. There's something else going on tonight at the Ballroom 47, 44. I'm going to tell you in a minute. Parkway Ballroom, 44th and King Drive. Tonight, the Harold Washington Legacy Committee has got a major event going on. But I've watched a lot what's going on. And it made me think, and we'll talk about it a bit later, because I want to announce all of that to you, and then keep engaging you in how you can help do. Because it's not about pointing fingers at everybody else. It's about asking, what are we doing? And then let people point fingers at us about what are we doing. And that's the question that we're going to change the narrative on right here at UBM, because that's what you're asking for. When you say, God intervene, Jesus take the wheel, well, I'm going to tell you that God, through Jesus, has said, here's how you can take the wheel with the power that I've given you. So the question now becomes, I've answered your question. So now the real answer is, what are you going to do with the power that I gave you? And so you came on, and I see it all the time. This ain't what Jesse and Farrakhan and what Sharpton ain't doing. This is about us. We're tuned in here at UBM to talk about what turn the face on us so we can tell you what we are doing. And we're glad to tell you. And we're going to talk more and more about it because we need to tune in about the legacy. And yes, I look up and I see things a lot differently. Somebody told me today, you ain't the same. Well, I ain't the same as I used to be. I see things a whole lot differently now. And I think a lot more strategically than I did before. And I'm going to keep on sharing the story. I saw a brother on 47th Street who told me he lost a friend to cancer. She wouldn't go to the doctor. She wouldn't go to the doctor. She waited to the last minute, and then she died when she didn't have to. And we need to save more people from being like her, people waiting too late. We got to step up and go and see the doctor. And I told some brothers on the street, you can't be no street leader. I'm bold enough to fight on the street, but I ain't bold enough to go to the doctor. Come on. Come on, brother. We got to do more about that. And then I saw a couple of sisters on my page. And one time even happened to one of my own cousin-in-laws. You can go and you can exercise every day. You can eat Brussels sprouts. You can do all of those. I live vegan. I do all of that stuff. But at the same time, you still got to go to the doctor and make sure that what's going on the outside is the same thing on the inside. When I went through my last stress test, I told the doctor I was all right. Doctor said, not according to these tests, you better get back in here. You might be reactivating your cancer. So grace be to God. We're here to not analyze, but to organize. And so we're going to talk more and more about that right now. Because I saw some people today, and I'm so glad about it. And I'm saying to you, I don't apologize. I don't run 24/7 operation no more. You can't call me all times of night to run here and run there. I can't do it. Might be somebody else's turn. I can't do it. We got to operate strategically. We got to operate not from shooting from the hip, reacting all day. Let's be proactive. And we're going to talk about a lot of the proactive things that we're doing right now, not just at National Black Wall Street, but what we're doing right now on behalf of the entire community. And we're here to talk about it. And we're here to talk about legacy building. I saw somebody today, when I saw the Legacy Committee of Harold Washington meeting, I don't mean no harm, but there's a whole lot of people a part of the Harold Washington legacy. And we've got to bridge the class gap that exists as we look at this legacy. And I'll talk more about that too. We got legacy going on in our community. And some people don't know our history and what we're collectively doing. And yes, I look at things a lot differently now that I face death. And I look at things a lot different than I used to before I was in that position. And so yes, I'm animated about what I think we need to do now with the voice I got left. I'm animated. I didn't come to preach, but I can, about what we need to be doing to answer what God has put in our hands, what the Lord Jesus has put in our hands. And the question becomes, what are we going to do to be the leaders we've been looking for. We here. Who am I? I'm glad you asked. I'm veteran activist Mark Allen, in the spirit and legacy of National Black Wall Street and the original Black Wall Street of Tulsa. And we're here right now, hearing my voice, and hearing my voice right now, each and every day on the day, 1 o'clock p.m. until 2 o'clock p.m., right here on the UBM Radio Network. Now, I need to go. I gotta check on something. I'm coming. Down here, I see you in the car. Because I see you. All right. I know, but I got it.
You got you?
I got it. Give me 1 minute. Stay tuned.
It all the way down. The honey.
We need something in here.
I can't switch it out. I can't switch that out.
From here to
Mm-hmm.
So I need to walk over here physically and do it?
Is nothing's playing?
Nothing at all.
Okay. I turn it off when his music is on. I let him be able to listen to his.
For YouTube, I'm saying we need to play something right in here. Can we?
Yeah, we're gonna have to do
PSA or something.
We're gonna have to do another speaker.
Here. Now, breathe. Ooh, I can breathe. And take the sweat off. Do all that. Thank y'all. I got to do, but I do it all the way down stuff. Wait a minute. I'm coming. There's so much going on, friends. Listen. It's here. It's right now, so it's in here too. On 31st in Indiana. I got that coming too. 31st in Indiana. That's coming up. There's other meeting coming up.
I got your news stories.
Okay. I was trying to find one.
News stories from Doc this morning.
I got some hot. Now I got
Do whatever
everybody.
you want. Here, that's a page. I forgot you.
I see. And bring it on home. Okay, I got it. I'm reviewing Tammy Duckworth meets with NAACP. Got that. Got it.
Voice be heard. Call the UBM radio hotline at 312-754-4333.
Chuck House, I see you, new. Percy Trotter, Tony Williams, my brother Jim Miner. I see you. Got it. I see it. You know, we're so glad and we're growing. Who are we? We're the Mark Allen Show. And you're hearing our voice right now, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock p.m. until 2 o'clock p.m., right here, Central Standard Time, on the UBM Radio Network. Now, friends, listen. all over the country. We see you tuning in on all these other sites. What we need you all to do right now is when this program is over, we want you to go to our social media page and like our page, UBM Radio, and then subscribe to the page so that you can be in tune all the time, every day, on all of the good news that is going on in our community that you don't hear every day. You know what? A lot of the mainstream media that you want to chase down every day, we don't need them, because we got our own black-owned and operated media that can tell our own story. It ain't got to wait on the validation of mainstream media who always want to show you who got shot, who got killed, and what about the physical violence going on in our community. Well, we're here. By the grace of God, through my Catholic brother, Reverend Dr. Leon Finney, we're here to provide all day, on the day, the good news in our community. What are people doing every day on the good news to keep people living? Not talking about what happens when they die. What are we doing in our community to keep people living? And so we want you to watch what we're doing all day, every day. Other than that, you'll be lying to yourself. What do I mean by that? Listen, you can talk all day, and I see all these social media posts all the time. And I'm going to tell you every day on the day. And then some of you can be in history, because I do know in my over 40 years in the movement, I can look back at those who were never trying to solve nothing. They ain't gonna never organize. They ain't gonna never support. They ain't gonna do nothing. You know what they do? Here's what happens. And I saw a guy I ran into today. He wanna come to a meeting next week. No, you can't come. Why can't you come? Well, I'm glad you asked. No, you can't come hustle no meeting after the fact that I help control. When I emailed Joe Butt and I tagged Joe Butt, and all you was doing was watching something. Whatever you were doing. You were too busy to be bothered. So now you can't come hustle meetings after the fact. So we got to deal with those that want to do something. And I remember over and over again, everybody who has the right to vote did march for it. Everybody who benefits from the struggles didn't fight for them. And so we got to accept the fact that you can't keep chasing everybody. You got to just do with those that get it and those that want to do. And let me tell you something that's happening right now here in Bronzeville. We're here in historic Bronzeville community, right? There's something happening right now on the corner. Y'all go by and see it, right? Gotta congratulate those. You don't see this on the news. What new networks on 31st Street today? Now if somebody gets shot, you'll be down there all day with team coverage. But let me tell you something. Today, when the news media wasn't watching, waiting on somebody who's dying, here's what was happening to protect the living. Congratulations, Alderman Pat Down, 3rd Ward Alderman. Thank you and all of those who are down there on 31st in Indiana. And y'all drive by there in Chicago, drive by and see a long-time empty lot that's about to be because of operational unity and getting back on the mission of lifting up and providing for the least of our people. That long-time empty lot on 31st in Indiana, this time next year, is going to house 54 units of multiple market rate housing, and they're going to open up office space to provide for the new commercial businesses that can locate right there on 31st Street in Bronzeville, which speaks back to what we're talking about. When I see Sister Carolyn Ruff, who's been down there fighting and picketing and boycotting a non-black beauty supply store on 47th Street, the question now becomes to all those sisters who've been asking, if I can't come here, then where do I go? And we're going to tell you where you can go with a new black-owned and operated hair spot. We got a lot going on right now. All right, we're going to talk about more of that after this. I'm veteran activist Mark Allen, and we're here right now, The Mark Allen Show. Hear my voice. You hear my voice right now, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock p.m. to 2 o'clock p.m., and we'll be back to hear my voice some more after this message.
Hi, Mom. Is Claire's birthday party today? Me again, Mom. Where did I put my history book? Hi. Sorry, forgot one last thing. Sometimes it's hard to concentrate. At school, I start looking out the window, and then I forget what I was supposed to be thinking about. I know it seems like I don't care, but I do. It's just difficult for me. Love you, Mom. Bye.
Join the parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive. Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. Feedthepig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to mooch off your friends.
Thank you.
Doesn't finish that rape?
You mean the one in my mouth?
You don't need to stop buying the necessities.
What you're smelling is a natural musk.
I see you. God bless. All right, all right.
You don't need to be a medical test subject.
How do you feel? Mostly okay. I think. Sometimes though.
You don't need to get a second job as a stuntman. You just need an internet connection. Don't get left behind. Start your personal savings plan with the tips and tools on feedthepig.org. That way, you don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
It's all in. Did you see? Did you hear? Okay, I got you. Thank you. All right, we got
Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
One of the most important decisions Chicago teens will ever make just got a whole lot easier. Go.cps.edu is a new online platform that will stream the high school applications for Chicago public schools. If you are a rising 8th grader or know of any, tell them and their families to visit go.cps.edu to start learning about CPS high schools and subscribe to receive important announcements about the opening of the application system in August. This message is
we're gonna do an update show tomorrow. Call here, I need you on my show tomorrow. I'm gonna do a whole list of what's going on in the community this weekend. There's a brother that's giving 100 some people in the community. I need you.
Bring your non-perishable items, clothing, and water donations to the Met. 4100
Talk about what's going on
during normal business
Saturday.
hours. If you wish to make financial donations, visit www.themet440.org. Click on the offerings drop-down menu and select Other. Let us be our brother's keeper. Give now to relief efforts
So much
of
going on in our
hurricanes. A message from the Met and UBM Radio. Let your voice be heard.
Tell me right now about it. Come on, tell me all about it.
4333.
Got you.
Radio.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, and people of God. You're tuned in once again to the Mark Allen Show. Hear my voice, and you're hearing my voice right now, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, right here on the UBM Radio Network. And we're here streaming live all the time at urbanbroadcastmedia.com. But listen, here's what I want y'all to do. What I want y'all to do, Mark, I'm glad you asked. Listen, I want all of you all, at least 100 of you guys, listen. When the program is over, this is very important. This is very important. Listen, I want at least 100 more of you guys to go to our social media page. Hear me now. We're not analyzing, we're organizing. We need 100 of you to go when I'm done. It only takes 45 seconds, not even a minute. But just go and subscribe and like our UBM radio page, because that locks you into us. Not all these other outlets who feed off us. We're glad about it, but we need to have our own network. And so I need 100 more of you guys. And I'm going to check back. Don't say, Mark, right on, I hear your voice, and then you don't respond. I need 100 more of you when the program is over to go to the UBM radio app and log that in, because we've got so much going on in our community right now that we can't accept a lot of what's going on. And we've got to bridge the gap that exists right here. What's going on in this UBM network right here on 41st and King Drive? You got 4 generations of people, intergenerationally, right? Starting from my elder, my Catholic brother, Dr. Leon Finney, then down to me and others, to our youth. We've got 4 generations who can collectively, despite how our elders may represent the past and the present, and then we've got new generations that represent the present and the future, and despite those differences, beloved, we both meet up at the present, and we've got to be here right now to put our purpose over personalities. We've got to be here to respond to the message and not argue over messengers. We got to do it, and we're doing it right now. And so I tell you all the time. So I was excited today when I saw some of the sisters who came by, who want to help us restructure our social media pages and want to help us restructure our business outreach. We're glad about it as we rebuild and refocus National Black Wall Street Chicago as a strategic planning center. People analyzing, but nobody strategically organizing. Don't you get tired of being just shaped by the hip? We got to strategically organize around these issues that are impacting our community. And it's much better to be engaged proactively and not reactively. So again, I want to commend all of those that are gathered tonight at the Parkway Ballroom, I think from 6 to 9, on behalf of the Harold Washington Legacy Committee. And I thought about them when it comes to the Harold Washington Legacy. And I thought about the piece that Hermine Hartman has about building up these icons, because we're not promoting our own history. And I'm saying this to you. And I didn't think about it that much until I came close to dying, and then I wondered just what would people say about you had not survived? What would people know? What would your children and others know about your legacy that some don't know? And so we're going to reach out to the Harold Washington Legacy Committee, because as I see them reach out to other young people, some of you all can't teach them about a legacy that you don't know. What do I mean by that? Listen, that is a part of our intergenerational legacy. A lot of elders made it possible for me, but even when elders in the Harold Washington campaign said they didn't have no money, some of us, myself, my partner, Brother James Brain, now known as James Anike in Indianapolis, a lot of us during the Harold Washington years, those young people that you're recruiting now need to hear from those who directly made it possible. Those of us who are still in debt because we took them old college credit cards. And when some of the elders said we didn't have no budget, we made our own budget. We cashed in our college credit cards. We rented cars, paid our own budget, and we traveled all over this state, organizing thousands of young people to come into Chicago and work the streets on behalf of Harold Washington. Right? The young people did that. So you can't bring in a new generation of folk who ain't been taught by the ones who came before them. So we need to bridge that gap. Those young people need to know how we did what we did. When you start working politically, when you look at whether you like the fact that Democrats control the House or whatever, it don't make no difference. Somebody like us did the work under the late Alice Tregay. And we were the field directors for the Urban League and Rainbow Push. And we traveled this state as young people, hitting all the high school and college campuses and youth organizations all over this state, registering voters and turning out voters for the historic election of Carol Moseley Braun. How you gonna teach a new generation if they don't hear from the ones who did it? So we got to bridge that gap so that a new generation and current generation know the power from those that did. And we got to bridge that gap so that they know there's some real live examples they can touch. I was blessed to be the youngest elected delegate to the 1988 presidential slate of the Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr. Other young people need to know how we did what we did. How did we hit the floor? How did we help change the platform that opened up for Barack Obama 20 years later? Y'all talking about an elected school board. Come on, talk to me about how some of us young people worked under the late Mayor Harold Washington, and we traveled this state fighting for Harold to get control of school reform legislation that finally gave us the power for some of us to be on them local school councils. For me to one day rise up and be vice chair of the school board nominating commission that made it possible for Florence Cox to be the first black president of the school board. Come on. You can't teach it if you wasn't there. When you got people living and breathing that were there. So we got to bridge the gap that still exists when some people can write you out of history. Ain't no ego thing. Write you out of history. So we got to be here. And that's the blessing of this UBM radio network. Got a lot of work to do. So when people start saying, like you preaching, well, I didn't come to preach, but I can. But I'm just telling you, I'm animated about what I see. And what I see right now is $500 million to start. that's coming to the south and west side of Chicago. Next week, I'm so glad that we were finally selected at National at Wall Street, Chicago, to finally be at the table. When y'all heard the press announcement that J.P. Morgan Chase Bank was going to allocate $40 million for development and redevelopment of the south and west sides. Well, some of you all reacted to the announcement. Some of us met with J.P. Morgan Chase 2 years ago and told them, don't you come to the majority black community with a minority development program. We want to see black. And now that you see it happening, people who didn't have nothing to do with the meeting at all, now can I be in the meeting? No. You got to invest in those who fought the fight. And we're going to be there next week with Otis Monroe and the Monroe Foundation. We'll be there with other of our allies who fought for the right to be at the table so that we can help direct J.P. Morgan Chase on the $40 million that they're about to redirect for development on the south and west side of Chicago. We got to be at the table. Those of us who fought for over 10 years to make it possible for our city deposits to go into our urban banks. And so we want to be there to watch over what happens and make sure that the same thing don't happen with us that happened with us at the Southside Federal Credit Union. I didn't want to talk about it. Don't keep asking me. But we fought for the right for over $1 million to be put in the Southside Federal Credit Union. I never seen so many people who didn't have a damn thing to do with the money coming in. And now that you got the money, $1 million, including over $200,000 in unrestricted money that we fought for you to get. And then you got the nerve to come tell me and Otis Monroe that we can't be a part of the outreach. How freaking dare you? Oh, I can't get animated. I'm just trying to tell you the truth. The fight has to be the fight. You just can't fight for the right, for access to capital. You got to be there when the capital comes to make sure that we never have another mistake. We never have another mistake when you put $20 million and another $1 million in Illinois Service Federal, and those of us who fought for the right ain't gonna be there at the table. So we need your help to be there. And we hope you wanna invest in that so we don't make the same mistakes over. And that's part of the class cap. Some of us who don't even pay the dues to fight for the free cheese. But when the free cheese come, here you come in line. Come on with your hands out. And then those of us who fought the fight got to come around and beg your butt for donations. And then you say, we would have got the money on our own. We don't care what you and Otis Monroe did. We would have got it on our own. Well, then come on. There's $100 million more designated to come to the south and west sides. Come on. I call the roll. I want to see you at the meeting. I want to see you at the meeting so that you have the right to come when the money finally comes because you helped fight for it. But don't you dare come with your hands out when somebody else fought the fight. And then you come taking pictures like you did something. Then make us beg for donations like you do us a favor. Come on. We got to do this work. And we got to do it together. And we cannot exclude nobody. We got to engage everybody. There's room for everybody in this fight. And that's what we're doing right now. So I'm glad about the fact that we've got these dollars coming. Grace be to God to Mark Carter and others on the west side who've been on top of this Section 3 issue, right? And we're trying to build the same movement on the south side because there are $400 million designated to the south and west sides that we can put hundreds of our black contractors to work. And I mean real black contractors, not those in black name only, because we're tired of fighting for you in black name only, right? What's the difference in fighting for a black face to get a contract and then we come on the job site and you still got majority non-black people working for you? Then what the hell it mean to fight for you then? Then you are just as much as the enemy as the person we fought against. Oh, I didn't come to preach. I just came. Well, I can, but I'm just telling you, we got to do this. We're not asking for a minority answer to a black question, right? We got people qualified to work. And you can't dare come to a majority black community looking at double-digit black unemployment and bring me a non-black work crew that black people fought for you to get the right. So we got to change that too. We got a lot of work to do, but we're glad about it, and we're glad we're here to talk about it. So we're here to look at our icons and what Hermine Hartman has done with all of those, and even with those that she's recognized. There's so many others who still need to be documented, and we got to tell our own story. And that's the benefit of UBM. And I'm going to tell you right now, right? If you want to help support and sustain a black-owned and operated medium, you can call right now. Listen, call this number, 312-614-1075. 312-614-1075. You got good news. You want to help us do what we do, then that's why you need to call and help support what we're doing. What we're doing right now next week, not just the meeting we got next week with JP Morgan Chase Bank on that $40 million, right? And I'm going to come to the meeting. And I can't wait to be there, to see some of you who show up, who didn't fight for nothing, who want for something, and then you want to make people like me feel less than human or less than legitimate or like I'm self-serving to say you should invest in people who fought for the right for you to get it. I'm going to call the roll on y'all because we should not be doing that. We should be working together in operational unity. So we got $20 million on the table at Illinois Service Federal. People are calling every day. We got another $100 million from private foundations. We got $400 million coming from CHA. But what does it mean if we're not there at the table? And we got more stuff to do. Not just here on our own black-owned and operated media outlet. We've got a lot more to do about. It ain't enough just to see this multi-million-dollar project getting ready to go up on 31st in Indiana. I'm trying to tell you, there are other ethnic groups, and God bless them. I'm not mad at you, because they fight for all these access to dollars under minority versus black, right? And so I'm saying, unapologetically, we're here to fight for black-owned and operated dollars in majority black communities. And with your help, we're going to make more black people have the capacity, but you have to do it. I'm Mark Allen, veteran activist, chairman of National Black Wall Street Chicago, in the spirit and legacy of the original Black Wall Street of Tulsa. And we're here right now with the Mark Allen Show. Hear my voice, and hear my voice right now on the UBM Radio Network.
Join the Metropolitan Apostolic Community Church and Reverend Dr. Leon Finney as we honor the 2017 Peace Planners at the Met Jubilee Peace Planter Awards. Hosted by Sonia Blakey of Inspiration 1390 Radio and V103, with Grammy Awarded musical director Dr. Letterman Johnson, featuring Chicago's own multi-awarded recording artist, R&B songstress Teresa Griffin. 7 p.m. on Friday, November 17 at 4100 South King Drive. Doors open at 6 p.m. for VIP reception. You don't want to miss this outstanding night of honor those who are
y'all for watching. Thank y'all for watching.
in the city of Chicago.
Download your radio channel to see you. That contractor. Okay, some of these names go that fast and I can't see them. But I'm going to respond to everybody as soon as I get off. Sometimes the names go faster. But listen, go to everybody and thank those people who watched, that you shared with, and thank them.
It is not me.
Y'all know.
We got work to do, y'all. I'm about to bring it in. I'm about to bring it in now, y'all. Here's where you fit in. Right on, right on, right on. Here's where you fit in. Come on.
Hotspot Radio, Saturday nights at 8 on UBM Radio. The Chicago original is on its way back. It's the return of Leon's Barbecue, 63rd and Harper in Chicago. The dish that started in 1940 brings its saucy soul back.
Return of Leon's Barbecue, baby.
Thanksgiving. And the whole tasty menu is back. Ribs, hot links, rib tips, wings, you name it, it's all back. If it's good enough for Oscar-winning actor Denzel Washington to talk about it, it's good enough to eat. Leon's Barbecue, returning November 22nd to 1528 East 63rd Street. Leon's Barbecue, accept no substitutes.
One of the most important decisions Chicago teens will ever make just got a whole lot easier. Go.cps.edu is a new online platform that will stream the high school applications for Chicago public schools. If you are a rising 8th grader or know of any, tell them and their families to visit go.cps.edu to start learning about CPS high schools and subscribe to receive important announcements about the opening of the application system in August. This message is brought to you by Urban Broadcast Media.
UBM Radio, in conjunction with Metropolitan Apostolic Community Church, invites you to give to our efforts to help our neighbors in need in Puerto Rico, Florida, and Houston in the wake of the recent hurricanes. Bring your non-perishable items, clothing, and water donations to the Met, 4100 South King Drive, during normal business hours. If you wish to make financial donations, visit www.themet41.org. Click on the Offerings drop-down menu and select Other. Let us be our brother's keeper. Give now to relief efforts of the recent hurricanes. A message from the Met and UBM Radio.
Driving means freedom,
Exploration.
fun,
Pride.
flexibility,
Independence.
Distracted
Yes.
driving means danger,
Recklessness.
So we should
Chaos.
from the
Police.
building.
Injury.
death,
Safe driving means staying alert
and staying alive.
Visit StopTaxStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
Let your voice be heard. Call the UBM Radio hotline.
I see you. I'm giving to go back on live. Let's wind down this last segment. Yeah.
We got some gas on.
Yeah. And we're here. Hey, and we're here in this final segment of the Mark Allen Show. And you're here right now on the Mark Allen Show. Hear my voice. And you're hearing my voice right now on the UBM Radio Network. And we're broadcasting live all the time on the UBM Network. We're streaming at urbanbroadcastmedia.com, urbanbroadcastmedia.com. But listen, everybody, I want all of y'all, at least 100 of you today, when this program is over, I want you to go to our social media page and like the UBM Radio app and like our UBM Radio page. Why? I'm glad you asked. Listen, we want all of you all to be linked in to us because so many of y'all I read every day. Every morning I see you all. Jesus, take the wheel. God, intervene. What he already has, I'm here to tell you. And I'm here to tell you that when you ask about what are the solutions, well, a lot of the solutions are right here. And they're right here. And so now we're not here, and I'm going to say it every day on the day, we're not here to talk about what Sharpton doing, what Farrakhan doing, what Jesse doing. At some point, we're here to talk about what we are doing because we're here to change the narrative. We're here to be the leaders we've been looking for. And so we want you to tune in and chime in. And so, and not just analyze, we're here to organize. Hear me again. We're here to not just analyze, but we're here to organize. We got too many of people analyzing and not enough organizing.
Preach.
Right? I didn't come to preach, but I can't. Listen, Deanna Burrell, she's in the building.
I got to see your voice.
It's just so much. She can't hear my voice and see it. But listen, we got to do this, y'all, because I'm saying right now, other than that, you can't keep talking about lack of access to capital when I'm here to tell you. Here I am sitting with Chase Bank next week. $40 million coming to the South and West Side. Are you going to show up? Or shut up? Then you got $20 million that we fought for with Kurt Summers to put $20 million in Inland Service Federal. Are we going to show up? Shut up. And then I'm telling you now, I'm just telling you, because sometimes, and I know I look at things differently now, coming close to Zion. When you think you ain't going to have no voice, I got to use every voice I got.
Teach.
Because I don't know how long this is going to last.
Preach.
But listen, because how do you allow over $500 million to be on the table for South and West Side development? And we are at the table.
Take them to church.
Now, I'm going to tell you, here's what we got to do. And we're going to do it every day on the day right here. Now, here's what I want you to do. One of the things that is one thing to fight for it. You got to be at the table. Because some of you are saved, and it's all good, but I see you. And now you might trick everybody else, but you can't trick me.
Here is.
I tag you on all these meetings that you never come to. I tag you and I email you. You never come to the meeting. And then when somebody get funded, then he go but come. Talking about usual suspects. And nobody should hear all that. You damn right it's going to be the usual suspects if you don't show up. But I'm telling you now, it's bigger than us. It's bigger than personalities. It's about purpose. It's bigger than the messenger. You ain't got to like me. Show up. and be prepared with the capacity to access the $40 million that Chase Baker's bringing. Show up. Have the capacity to access the $20 million that we bring in Illinois Service Federal. Come on, show up. With the capacity to access the $100 million that's coming from more private developers. Come on. So it ain't about me, it's about you. And you can't keep hiding behind you couldn't come. I'm going to post it all.
Tell us that again, brother. Tell us
if you find time to watch Power and you can't turn off the reality version and come invest in some real power, then say that.
Build empire.
If you want to watch Empire and have a reality show out of TV Empire and you can't sit down and come and support some real empire on the ground, come on. Then go someplace else. We're here not to analyze, but to organize. And so here's where we are right now. And we need you right now. I was so glad today. Listen, so much going on. And I'm telling you right now, if you're not already on the Mark Allen page, you're not on the UBM page, then go to the National Black Wall Street Chicago page, because I'm going to stop chasing you. I'm going to post it and let it alone. And work with those who get it and show up. Because our people are dying and we got too much work to do to keep chasing your butt all the time.
Too much.
Too much.
Help me help you.
Now, here's what I'm saying. As Reverend Baggs said, help me before you need help from you. Come on, somebody.
Take me to church.
So here's what
we need to know where we're going again.
Church. Where we
I'm
going?
saying to you, I got a choir here now, listen. I'm saying, but here's what we got to do in serious business. Right here at UBM, Dr. Finney has planted an anchor, and he's planted a seed. I'm not telling you, support your spiritual seed because you should. I do too. Support your religious seed, and you should, because I do too. But listen, support this black economic advocacy seed because you should.
Yes.
Because we're trying to deliver some heaven on earth.
Yes.
And we're trying to provide the strategic planning.
Yes.
Not hustling by the minute, but strategic planning. So anybody else got it on us, we just got to set it up. I see you, Chris Bates, I see you tuning in. No, thank everybody that is tuning in and watching, because this, not just National Black Wall Street Chicago, but we're going to be the strategic planting center. Now, when you say what to do, we're going to tell you. Now, you take it or let it alone. But you can't keep coming with all of that. Listen, so I'm glad about people who respond. What's my man, Vernon, where I get my hair cut. They were talking about the sister protesting down there on 47th Street about a non-black owned beauty supply store. And we're going to say this. And only sisters got the answer. A beauty supply store, period, can't even exist and survive in the black community without the consumer spending dollars of black women. And so I'm always looking over and over again when I see black women coming down 47th Street lined up at the Korean shop. And I'm still trying to figure out why you get your nails done. I'm still trying to figure out whatever the hell they putting on your nails, how come the technician got a mask on and don't want to breathe it, but you gonna breathe it. And then you're gonna pay me for it.
Okay, so what we gonna
So I'm saying, here's what
we
we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Listen. Here's what we're
You
gonna
didn't
do.
come to preach.
The answer, right, I didn't come to preach, but I can. Here's what we're gonna do. The answer to it all, after all the analyzing, is the organizing. And so today, I'm glad about the fact that Vernon, where I get my hair cut, at 4653 South King Drive, in response to those people walking down 47th Street saying, well, if you don't want me to buy the hair from here, then where? Well, I'm glad you asked. Go buy it from VS Virgin Hair. That's getting ready to open up in Hair Experts #2 in the same building as National Black Wall Street Chicago, 4653 South King Drive. Dare you to call them, 773-538-4653, 773-538-4653. Listen, I'm going to post it anyway, because we got to have the discipline. Don't keep chasing me down, asking me for information already posted. I don't have the kind of time. I'm really telling you, I don't. And you should neither. We've got to be strategically placed. And so I'm telling you, all of the grants, all of the loans, all of the business meetings, I'm going to post it all day, every day. First, on the National Black Wall Street Chicago page on social media. And I'm glad about all of you all who've been joining. But listen, I've got some of y'all too, right? That don't just join. I like the old days when people would join, they thank you for joining. Now people just join, be your friend, they immediately just start posting. Never say how I can help you. But listen, Here's what we're going to do right now. Lastly, we're going to start checking in. Tissue is the issue. Right? Tissue is the issue. For those of you who say, I don't have the money, well, I tell you what, I don't have to convince you. Whatever your budget is, I bet I don't have to convince you that you got a budget for toilet paper. And I'm asking you now, I can't tell you not to budget for toilet paper and paper towels and dishwashing liquid and washing powder. I ain't got to tell you the budget for that. What I am telling you the budget for, friends, in the name of putting more of our people to work, doing something legal than illegal, what you can do right now is be ready to check in. Because I'm going to start calling the roll. Don't say right on, Mark, speak on it. No, don't just speak on it. I want to know this time next week who's buying black-owned and operated toilet paper. Who's buying black-owned and operated toothbrushes? Who's buying black-owned dishwashing liquor? Who's buying black-owned washing powder? If we start right there, that's $1 billion industry. And we can put 50,000 people to work in our own community, spending the money that we're spending every day. Listen, that's the calling to fulfill. And so we're not here to analyze. We're here to organize. We're not here to talk about reality power, show power, but real power. We're not here to talk about reality show empire. We're talking about real empire. And we need you to invest in the work that we're doing right here at UBM and the work we're doing at National Black Wall Street Chicago in the spirit and legacy of the original Black Wall Street of Tulsa. We can do it. I've lived long enough to watch how we've done it and know how to do it. And grace be to God, spared me through cancer and 3 relapses, so I can still be here to tell you. And I ain't got to apologize to you. Because I'm not here to please you, I'm here to please God. But I'm here to tell you what he put on me. And so that's what we need to do. So we thank you so much for tuning in, and we thank you in advance for getting ready to be organizers and not just those analyzing. All right? We need you right here. As always in parting, remember to believe in God, because God is love. Love is what the world needs right now. Remember, in life, nothing is guaranteed at the end of it. We were born to die. But it's not that bad, because in between birth and death, there's life. And it can be as positive as you want it to be, as long as you think positive. That means to keep a smile on your face and some warmth in your heart. And when a friend is down that they need you, reach out and touch them, okay? And remember to always think positive, no matter how negative a situation may develop in your life. Remember that you are God's child. Yes, indeed, you are somebody. You can do whatever you want to do, and you can be whatever you want to be with the power of your own mind. If your mind can conceive it and your heart can believe it, know within yourself you can achieve it. You got to believe in yourself first, and others will believe in you too. And so the next time, God willing, Mark Allen, hear my voice. Hear my voice. Hear my voice. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.
It's on its way back. It's the return of Leon's Barbecue, 63rd and Harper in Chicago. The tradition that started in 1940 brings its soul back. November 22nd, just in time for Thanksgiving. And the whole tasty menu is back. Ribs, hot links, rib wings, you name it, it's all back. If it's good enough for Oscar-winning actor Denzel Washington to talk about it, it's good enough to eat. Leon's Barbecue, returning November 22nd to 1528 63rd Street. Leon's Barbecue, XL.
Chris Bates, what's the say? Boom shakalaka. I see.
Church of Reverend Dr. Leon Finney as we honor the 2017 Peace Planners at the Met Jubilee Peace Planter Awards. Hosted by Sonia Blakey of Inspiration 1390 Radio and V103 with Grammy Award musical director Dr. Ella Green Johnson.
Everybody on Facebook Live and streaming live and hear me. And then those of you all on YouTube channel, listen, I need all of you. This is so important. I don't just need, and we don't just need for you to watch. We need you to help us do what we do. And what I need 100 of you on YouTube, Facebook Live, and those listening on UrbanBroadcasting.com. Listen.
Be sure to join us on the spectacular night.
We need to have you at least another 100 today when this broadcast is over. Please go to our social media page at UBM Radio. UBM Radio. Subscribe to it, like it, and give a damn. And be bold enough to be the leaders we've been looking for. It's all right. Don't be scared to tell people the same way you say, what is Jesse doing, what is Sharpton doing, what is Farrakhan doing. Look, don't be ashamed to say, look at me. Come and see what I'm doing.
Is Claire's birthday party today?
And know that we're going to direct you in the right place. Listen, I got to run.
Hi, sorry,
Those of you
forgot
that
one
can.
last thing. Sometimes it's hard to concentrate. At school,
gotta pay
I start
PayPal account.
looking out
You
the
call
window,
right now.
and then I forget what I was supposed to be
And
thinking
PayPal.com.
about. I know it seems like I
You
don't
can
care,
donate
but
to
I
Black
do.
Wall Street
It's
Chicago
just difficult for me.
at
Love you,
yahoo.com.
Mom. Bye.
If you got
Join
PayPal,
parents and experts
go to
at
your PayPal account.
understood.org, a free online
send a
resource
donation.
about learning and attention issues to
So
help your
Black Wall
child
Street
thrive.
Chicago and
Brought to you by
yahoo.com.
understood.org and the Ad Council.
You wanted to be a
It's
teacher
National
when you
Black
were
Wall
little,
Street Chicago.
but as you grew up,
National Black Wall Street
teaching
Chicago.
just didn't seem like the best
And
option.
then finally, if you're
So
in the
you decided to
neighborhood,
become something else.
come on by.
But what would your
Drop a
12-year-old
donation
self
under the
say?
door.
Interesting
Mail it in.
innovative things are happening
National Black Wall Street
today.
Chicago.
So it's time to put
In
it
all
back
of our
on your
work,
list.
you can
Don't
plant
try
that
to
seed
convince
in.
yourself otherwise.
Is at 4655 South King
Find out how
Drive.
you can make
4655 South King Drive, Suite 203, 60653. Come on, y'all. It's up to us. We are the leaders we've been looking for. So I thank you, not just analyzing, thank you for joining our organizing. Appreciate you so much. I got to run. And all people I can catch up with, I'm going to check in with you as soon as I get off the air. I'm responding to everybody. But listen, I see people, a lot of your friends who I can't catch up with. Did you share?
He didn't eat that much.
Please go back and tell them, because I can't catch up with them. Go back and thank them for tuning in.
Maybe it's
Right?
a phase.
Thank them.
Maybe he
But
just
also
doesn't
get
like
ready.
smiling. Maybe
That's gonna come with y'all first.
he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism.
And
Little
King
Big Joyful Smiles by
But I
6
need
months
you
is
not
one
just
of
to
the
pray for
signs.
me.
Learn the others at
Watch what I do, and what I do.
autismspeaks.org/signs.
I
Or
need
see a
you
doctor today
to
for an
help me
autism screening.
do
The
what I
sooner it's
do.
diagnosed,
Gotta run.
the
I
better.
touch base with
And
you.
it can make a lifetime.
Hear my
of a difference.
voice.
Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
The UVM report is brought to you by Dole CPS. UVM Radio and the Chicago Schools remind you that citywide open enrollment is opening in 2018 for all students entering their freshman year of high school. To enroll in this innovative program for the high school of your
No, I talked to him earlier. I got a room full of people. Well, you know, Dina. Yeah, I know. See, I got a room full of people. Come anyway. I'm like, okay. But I found the group. There's a sister.
Chicago's leading
She got a radio network too.
That was hot, girl.
I'm Alan Washington, and this is the UVM Midday Report.
That's the problem with Black Girl Magic. We try to pretend we ain't do nothing. Then we get to let these brothers think it's so easy. I could do that. That's why they do it.